My friend Bob Carey from over in North Carolina invited me to come and cover my first ever disc golf game today, and I thought, what better way to try out the new G Master 70-200 2.8. It's the first time I've ever had the camera on this lens before, and I have to tell you, it's absolutely everything and more than I've been waiting for. Now, you're going to read all kinds of reviews about the G Master 70-200 2.8, and they're going to talk about bokeh, and they're going to talk about circular reflections and like the aperture rings and all that stuff. As a sports photographer, I don't care. I don't care about all that stuff. I leave that to others, and I'm not a landscape person, so I'm not making prints that are like wall size. So what I care about is all about how the camera works in conjunction with the autofocus in the lens. And I want to know how it acquires, how quickly it acquires, that is to say, grabs something and holds focus as it's moving. So I'm interested in tracking moving subjects. That's what I want to do. And the 70-200 f4G is a fantastic lens, and it's been doing a great job for me for a long, long time. However, in low light, in extreme low light situations like high school football or doing collegiate volleyball, places like that, a lot of pools, indoor pools, if you're doing aquatic events, it gets very difficult for the camera to autofocus at f4. Once you allow twice as much light into the lens to the camera's chip, you increase your accuracy and your acquire speed by double. Now, just because they made a 70-200 2.8 an E-mount does not mean necessarily that it's going to autofocus quickly or track or acquire fast, but thank God it does. It's awesome. It's really almost instantaneous. Okay, I want us to be very specific about something. In using the lens today, because obviously disc golf is a field sport and it's really oftentimes the players are far away, I was mostly at 200mm. But a couple of times I found myself very close, and I was zoomed all the way out to 70, which would be around 100mm on the A6000's or A6300's APS-C chip. So basically what I saw right away immediately is that no matter what focusing area I chose and no matter what mode I was in, focusing was literally instantaneous. And this included backlit situations that a lot of times the Sony, the 70-200 f4G would have a little difficulty. When things got muddy in the woods, for instance, it might drop focus or not be able to. This one never lost focus. And so I really am seeing here the VR2 performance, the 70-200 2.8 2 version Canon lens. This is like neck and neck with those, if not better. And because Sony's always reaching for more in terms of megapixels and especially 6K and even 8K video, this lens, I have all the confidence in the world in it that it is absolutely nailing stuff, edge to edge sharp. And but the main thing is that the autofocus speed is incredible. Now, I have to say that, I really found that the lens was worth every penny. The 70-300 I only tested one copy of it, so I could be off, but that lens focused very slowly for me. And I was like, man, I hope the 70-200 2.8 G Master is going to be a different deal, and it is. This thing is wicked fast. It is just sick. The way it jumps on things, it grabs focus, holds focus on a moving subject, and tracks throughout until they leave the viewfinder. So I'm very, very happy, very excited about this optic. I can't wait for football and basketball season because this is going to be my staple lens for obviously the short end of football, but even down court for basketball. I can't wait. I just thought I'd tell you kind of what I was doing today. Disc golf is a very difficult sport to shoot, especially with a lens this short, really, because what I really wish I had is a 1.4 converter, but it's still coming. So, but you're going from bright sunlight, you're going backlit, you're going front lit, you're going side lit, and then you're going into the woods, instantly into the woods, and you're having to do mid fairway and then run into the woods and get lined up for your shot on the basket or the hole. And this combination of the A6300 with the 70-200 2.8 G Master was phenomenal. It worked great because I was at 2.8 all the time. And so basically what I'm doing is in bright sunlight, I'm at 4,000 2.8. That's my full lit exposure. And I'm just dropping my shutter speed down with my thumb on that back wheel as I need to come and open up the exposure for being in the woods. So I think the lowest exposure I ever saw today was 500th of a second in the woods. I think I was shooting at 320 and a little bit at 400 ISO. When I was on bright sunlight, I had to drop my ISO a little bit. But it's very important. I'm shooting all in manual, but I cannot tell you how well this lens works. It's like it actually supercharges the A6300. All the focus modes work flawlessly, especially the expand lock-on flexible spot mode, which I use a ton when there's a lot of busyness in the picture, the foliage and things like that, shooting through the crowd and the gallery. This is a great place for me to use that feature. Otherwise, if I was able to get really tight on the players, I would just go to wide area autofocus and let the lens find the player, because it's all motion sensitive, it just tracks instantly, and it's all good all the way from the wind up and the release. So I've had a great time out here working with the lens today. And if you like this, there'll be a link at the bottom where it'll take you directly to my blog site, where you can see more information that I've written about the lens in addition to this YouTube video. So thanks so much for watching, and I'm hoping that you'll find the images valuable and the information good. And there'll be more to say about this lens in the future. But for right now, this is Patrick Murphy-Racey, one of the Artisan program photographers, and very excited for the new G Master. I can't wait for the next one. I'm thinking 300-400mm, straight lens, static aperture, 2.8 f4. That would be great, Sony. I hope somebody's listening. Thanks.